it be grand if more car companies started offering hybrid or electric versions of their cars? Clearly Volvo thinks so because they offer a hybrid version on each of their SUVs. This is the XC40. It's their small SUV and it combines petrol and electric power in their top of the range model. It costs around $65,000 before on-road costs and extras, and it's in competition with cars like the BMW X2 and the Audi Q3. Both of those cars have hybrid versions that have launched overseas but have yet to hit Australia, which makes me feel that Volvo Australia is already ahead of the pack. Here's how the XC40 Hybrid did on this week's Family Review. Let's talk about how it drives first up, because that's what everyone is curious about. And to be honest, it's dreamy. It's really silent when it's on the electric motor, and that's one of my favourite things about it. It's also really quick off the mark, which makes it nice and agile in traffic, again, thanks to its electric motor. And then it's also got quite good power at high speeds along highways, and that is thanks to its petrol engine. It will run on battery for the first 45 kilometres or at low speeds. It basically works out to about an hour of driving that you can use the electric charge for. Otherwise, the petrol engine kicks in, and that's a 1.5 litre engine. So if you're just cruising around, going from work to home or doing the school run, you'll be able to do that on a daily basis without petrol, as long as you plug in every night. If you're driving from one end of Sydney to the other end of Sydney, the petrol engine will kick in, and same on long road trips. You will need to plug in the XC40 every single night without fail if you want to run on electricity only. It just plugs into a regular power point and takes approximately 4 hours to charge. Fuel consumption is a claimed tiny 2.2 litres per 100 Ks. I actually drove it on electric charge for most of the week. Although I would like to see the battery lasting for a little longer than 45 Ks or an hour, I still think it's a good introduction to a hybrid engine, because that's often where the hesitation comes in if you are going to buy an electric car. People often think, how am I going to do a long road trip? And this takes care of that, because the petrol engine will just kick in. The steering is nice and even and not heavy at all, which makes it really easy to turn and also quite easy to park the car. There is a really high definition reverse parking camera, and it's also got a 360-degree camera. That's an extra $990, but it does show you where you are in space and really makes parking quite scrape-proof. The exterior of the Volvo XC40 also looks great. It's clean and simple with no fancy features, but all of the sleek sophistication we've come to appreciate from Volvo. The subtlety speaks volumes. Inside the car, it's the same deal. It's got some plush leather seats. This part is Napa leather and this part is nubuck, which is quite hard to clean, especially with the family, but lucky they're black. There are brushed aluminium inlays and some really cool metal foot pedals. The whole thing makes you feel quite fabulous while you're driving. Front seats are power operated and both rows are actually heated, which is a part of the comfort pack. The seats are really comfortable as well. There is a giant sunroof that goes to the back of the back row, which is a part of the lifestyle pack, and that also gives you tinted windows. You'll get 2 cup holders in the front, plus quite a large spot for keys and a phone. That's also a Qi charger. And most excitingly, you can use these Qi chargers now with your phone cover on, so it's actually really useful. Plus there is a center storage long shelf rather than a deep bin. Really large storage in each door. And the car feels spacious. I know I'm only little, but even the taller members of my family had plenty of leg and headroom, and there was also enough shoulder space, so between the driver and front passenger you weren't knocking each other. The rear fits my 2 children easily. They're aged 6 and 8 and they happily hopped in and did their own seatbelts up, which is always a good thing. I'm 161 centimetres or 5'3" and I can fit perfectly well back here. Judging by the amount of space between my knees and the seat in front of me, taller people won't have any problems fitting back here either. There are 2 cup holders in the centre armrest for rear passengers, plus they also get their own air vents, which my kids always appreciate. While it is a wide car, I still wouldn't try and put 3 child seats in here on a daily basis. In desperate situations, you can probably make it work, but doing seatbelts up every day might kill you. The boot is a good size for families. At 460 litres, it's not the biggest in class, so both the X2 and the Q3 have bigger boots, but it was still big enough for my family of 4 this week. It will easily fit the bulky CarsGuide pram, you can fit suitcases in here, groceries or school bags, pretty much all you need. But if you think it won't be good to take on a road trip, think again, because the XC40 has auto emergency braking with pedestrian, cyclist and large animal detection. Think of all those saved wombats. It's also got rear cross traffic alert, blind spot monitoring and lane keeping aids. You will get front and side airbags for front passengers, plus thigh curtain airbags that extend to the back row. You'll also get 2 ISOFIX points and 3 top tether points that fix car seats in safely. And the tech is great. I really like the vertical screen that Volvo uses. It not only sets it apart from rivals, like the whole look of it, but it also is what we're used to because we're so used to using a vertical tablet or a vertical phone. And you get Apple CarPlay or Android Auto, which basically turn it into a giant phone. And once you get used to swiping left and right for different screens, which I now am used to on my 3rd Volvo drive, it makes it really easy. This model is fitted with Harman Kardon speakers as a part of the lifestyle pack, so don't waste those. Make use of them. Turn the sound up. I really enjoyed driving the Volvo XC40 Hybrid this week. I think it's a fab introduction to an electric motor. You can drive close to home, petrol free, but then also have a petrol engine when you need it for longer trips. There's enough space for a family of 4, it looks super stylish, and it has great safety and technology. I gave it a family rating of 8.6 out of 10, and my kids also gave it an 8.6. They loved it as soon as I told them about the electric motor. Like this video, subscribe to our YouTube channel or click through to our website.